Rejoice, everyone. How good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. By the unity of the Spirit, of mind, of aim, and of purpose, I have drawn all nations, languages, tongues, and people. And you are united together in the unity of the Spirit, of mind, of aim, and of purpose. At this instant, we are assembled on this great occasion, commonly known to those of you, my followers, fellow citizens, and friends, especially those of the members of our churches among the youth group. It is commonly known as Youth Day, not only for those of you here, but all over this wide extended plain, where the unity of the Spirit, of mind, of aim, and of purpose have been established in the hearts and minds of the children of men, and where they can recognize God's actual presence among them. By such a recognition and such a conviction, all of your doubts and fears are dispelled. There will be no more lacks, wants, and limitations, no more adverse and undesirable conditions, for just as it is right here, where we are demonstrated the abundance of the fullness of the consciousness of good, and no space vacant of the fullness thereof. I am in Australia, New Zealand, I am in Panama, I am in England, I am in Germany, I am in Switzerland. And to you, my adherents in those countries, I am just as operative and just as expressive, because the recognition and the realization of my presence. I have long since declared it is not especially necessary to contact me personally. But if you contact me mentally and spiritually, conscientiously and sincerely, sympathetically and harmoniously, democratically and evangelically, and unbiasedly, I will solve your every problem. I will solve all of your problems supernaturally. For it is written in the Scripture as a prediction and yet a declaration. It is not by power nor by might, but by my Spirit, says the Lord God of hosts. Because it is by my Spirit, and you, my adherents, recognize my Spirit to be me, and I am my Spirit personified. And because you can realize the things that you once merely surmised, I can perform the work of my hands according to the prediction, declaration, and according to my plan. I have declared, just as it is at my right and at my left hand. So shall I have it from shore to shore and from land to land. I shall have peace on earth and goodwill toward men. The purpose for which Jesus of Nazareth in the sonship degree came. When the wise men heard the angel say, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men," or peace to men of goodwill. I came to make each quotation a reality. Men of goodwill shall have peace on earth and goodwill towards others. Aren't you glad? Glory to God in the highest, and peace on earth and goodwill toward men. I shall cause you to have goodwill towards each other universally. And I shall also cause you, the inhabitants of the earth, those of you in Switzerland, those of you in Germany, those of you in Australia, those of you in Panama, those of you in New Zealand, those of you in Africa, those of you in the other parts of Asia, universally shall recognize the actual presence of your God. Aren't you glad? I shall not be disturbed, and I shall not be disturbed until I shall have it just as it is right here in this holy communion hall, all over this wide extended place. The mouth of God has declared. We are assembled here today in the city of brotherly love, as it is called, and at the Divine Lorraine Hotel. We have those of my following from all parts of the world here. And we want those of the other parts of the world who do not know of my actual presence to learn the significance of it and of my work and my mission. For I'm bringing peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Not only so, but as that last number you heard, you had never loved before until I married my spotless virgin bride. Because we are propagating virtue, holiness, honesty, competence, and truth. And these qualities and attributes I am reproducing in you as you concentrate on the virginity of my spotless virgin bride and recognize the deity of your humble servant as may be turned, and the personification of my majesty. Heaven and earth unite. They are united, no longer to be divided. Just as it is right here, I am contagionizing the atmosphere elsewhere as other saints sympathetically and harmoniously on me. I cause them to be partakers of my nature and of my characteristics as a reproduction transmitted, reincarnate. Not only a transcription, but transmitted and reincarnated. And a recording of life to the children of men in their hearts and in their lives, that they might live even as I am. What a privilege to live in such a recognition and to build upon such a foundation as this one, where God himself is no longer a supposition, no longer an imagination. You no longer need to live in superstition and in the mortal versions of men. For God has tabulated, materialized, and personified himself among them. And those who will vision the likeness of his love and mercy and tender compassion, they too will be partakers of this great contagion and will also become to be successful, prosperous, healthy, and happy, as I have declared it in the conclusion of my letter. It's not just merely a system of affirmation. It could be deemed by some psychologists or metaphysicians as an salutation of affirmation, but not so. It's not confined to that alone. That which I have declared has been made real. All this pain you vividly visualize, you tend to materialize. This looks somewhat real here, does it not? This is the sample and the example of the kind of world in which we shall live. I mean all of the inhabitants of the earth, that is, if they live. Wonderful. This is the sample and example. This is the pattern. That they must copy after the fashion which I have shown them in this highlight of spiritual understanding, where the children of men can live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Then I say, if it is only to believe, as millions of others have known, and as you heard the message a little while ago from Australia, declaring the same. The recording that just came through the mail by airmail, declaring the blessings of God as unlimited as they are here in faraway Australia. God is not only a blesser of the spirit and the mind, but since God said, let dry land appear, and brought into outer expression the tangibilization of the earth. God blesses the tangible things as well as the spiritual things, and spiritualizes material things, and materializes spiritual things. I have caused the earth and the heavens to be united. This is it for which you all have prayed. From your early existence, you prayed in all sincerity. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You called for it. I came to bring it. You sung a song a little while ago, a dream came true. I am causing your fondness imagination to come into conscious realization and the recognition of millions by being material and personal, even though being imperfect. Aren't you glad? And when you live in this recognition and just sympathize and harmonize with me, you will find no space will be vacant of the fullness of the consciousness of God. For you will be conscious of the fullness of it wheresoever you go. When you just think of the evil communication of men, how ill qualities are catching and universally contagious, why not think in the positive as well as in the negative? So I have made the very positive to be equally contagious and just as operative, for you have seen it and now you are expressing it. I need not say more at this instant, as the time seemed to be quite well expired for this particular service here. But I thought to drop a few words and convey a few thoughts to your fellow sisters and brothers in Europe, Asia, Australia, and Africa, and in the South American countries, and all over, who recognize my presence here on earth as the Redeemer and the Savior of men. As I say, I do not do anything to take it. Aren't you glad? Not after the manner of men. Oh, I do not use material methods, and I do not make physical or personal efforts to reach your condition. But as you contact me mentally and spiritually, according to the scripture, your prayers are heard and answered speedily. Oh, I did say you know not how to pray as you are, but the Spirit itself makes its intercession for us in groanings which cannot be uttered. I also declare, it is not by power nor by might, but by my Spirit, says the Lord God of hosts. And if it is by the Spirit, and you just think I have the Spirit, my Spirit will direct. See the mystery. It is the self-same Spirit That was in the beginning of the creation, according to the historians and biblical history as they recorded it. And the Spirit of the Lord moved out upon the face of the water and said, "Let there be light," and there was light. It was light there, I have said, over and over again, because God is omnilucent and God is omnipresent. That's why this light of truth is universal. And I am extending it universally into the consciousness of humanity as they observe the unfoldment of the mystery. But it's not only as a supposition or mythological, it is also materializable and materialized. For I did say, "Let dry land appear." Those who believe in the Bible and believe in the Holy Spirit, if dry land was called into materialization and into outer expression, when it was void and without form, impractical and unprofitable at that time, God has brought into outer expression every desirable, tangible blessing by the tangibilization of His love and His mercy, of His majesty and His dominion and authority. Let dry land appear. Aren't you glad? God was not just confined to the spiritualization of Himself and His creation, nor the invisibilization of Himself and His creation. But God said, "Let dry land appear." Therefore one declares, God created the heaven and the earth. See the mystery? That's why we are so happy and filled with enthusiasm, because of the tangibilization of God's creation that was tangible-able, but was at that time invisible, void and without form. Let dry land appear. I cannot stress these thoughts too vividly. I desire to see the whole world get it and realize it. Tangibilization of the earth was the great mystery of the creation, of the tangibilization of all things. That's why they call earth Mother, because it is the tangibilization of the creation that was tangible-able and was materializable. God had not made Himself tangible at that time. Can you not see the mystery? I'm speaking according to the history. He had no form, one writer declared, or comeliness. But when thou shalt see Him, there shall be no beauty to thy eyes. You all know that's true. He did not have any form, but He formed the earth out of His own presence and the consciousness of it. Because God's presence in His own consciousness was tangible-able. and materializable. Therefore, when I say let it appear, it was tangible according to the historian. I'm speaking after the manner of the historian now, according to biblical history. And this was brought about for the benefit of all living creatures that would hereinafter then and from henceforth and forever live in a visible world of creation where things were tangible or would be tangible so that they could enjoy the tangibilization of the earth as being deemed Mother Earth because it was the first visible expression of the tangibilization of all of God's tangible creation or tangible creation. All those things came under and into subjection through the tangible earth by God speaking them into outer expression because of the consciousness of God's presence. So then I say, when you can be conscious of God's presence, the invisibilization of the invisible things can be visibilated and tangibilated, reproduced and personified. Can you not see the mystery? That's why our hearts and our minds are satisfied, because God is present and a living reality and has become to be a living factor in the hearts and minds of humanity in general. What a privilege to live in such a recognition. And just as God brought into visibilization and into outer expression the intangible and void earth as it was in the beginning of the creation, God can visibilize every desirable blessing and verify that which you have requested and said from time to time, if this or that which I'm speaking of or talking about for planning will materialize. I will materialize it if you will allow me to, and if you will realize God among you. Isn't that a wonderful blessing? Everything that your heart can desire can be materialized if it is necessary for them to be materialized. And that which can be materialized and personified, it can be realized. And when it's realized, it can be verified by the realization of that which has been tangibilated. Others will vision it vividly and declare it by what they have seen and heard and felt. For one writer did say, handle me and feel me, and you not see the mystery. You have been trying to feel me and handle me for lo these many years. As you realize, I have been materialized and personified. I mean a person. God made his spirit that moved out upon the face of the water. A person. Make it a little more explicit and more definite. God made himself a person. One writer declares, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory as that of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and of truth. You could not behold this glory when I to you was invisible. When I was intangible. When I to you could not be seen. You could not behold the glory of God materialized and realized as you can now. And the writer said, and we beheld his glory as that of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace. And you're not getting this stress. And what a glorious privilege you have to vision it as you beheld his glory as that of the only begotten of the Father, no other one. Full of grace, truth, and of all of his fullness have all we, said he, received grace for grace. Look at the honor you're receiving now. Good many of you under the sound of my voice, many of whom are what you or they would call my complexion, could not have received the honor to live in, not even so much as to come in and even dine in a hotel and dining room as this. Of all of his fullness have all we received grace for grace. Because you beheld it vividly, as John declared, behold the Lamb of God which takes away the sins of the world. And you beheld it in him as that of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. You visioned it vividly, and you reproduced it, because this thing you vividly visualize, I say, you will materialize. Because it's materializable, as God in you is the materializer and the personifier. So then I say, live in this recognition and build upon this foundation. Lo, I will be with you omnipotently, omnisciently, and omnipresently, and I to you will be omnilucent and to all nations, languages, tongues, and people, because I am life. Live in this recognition, and I'll go home with you. From sin and sorrow, misery, disappointment, and failure, and all that burden, and undesirable condition, if you trust me sincerely, conscientiously, and sympathetically, I will lift you.
Everyone. Father, I just want to thank you for being God Almighty. I want to thank you that I know you are God. I want to thank you because You're not just a prophet here on earth, nor are you just a good man, but you are God Almighty, personified in a beautiful holy body. Father, that recognition means everything to us, because we know that you are our very life substance. We know that you are our maker and our creator. That's why we love you so, because the blood that is in your veins is the blood that made each and every one of us. And Father, I thank you that you are bringing us all home to you, home in heart and in mind, as well as physically home around the body of God. Father, we love you because you created us. You made us for yourself. And we love you because you are recreating the world today. You are bringing into visibilization and tangibilization all these beautiful blessings. Who could ever imagine that there would be such tables spread on the earth today as Father spread? Such bounty, such abundance you never could have dreamed of. But we know it is only possible because God is here in a bodily form. Father, we truly thank you for these blessings, all of these material blessings, houses and lands, homes, plenty of automobiles, everything that our hearts could desire. But greater than all of these material blessings, we truly thank you for the peace that you have brought into our lives, for the joy and the happiness. Father, there aren't words to thank you for this joy and happiness that we have each and every day of the year. We can sing and praise God every day. We haven't got time to be sick. We haven't got time to fuss and fight. We've just got time to praise God for all of it. And Father, I thank you to help us all to praise you more, because we know the conditions in the world today. And if it wasn't for you, we would have no consolation. We would have no hope. We would have nothing but the fear of death and destruction. Father, we thank you for this love that you've brought in our hearts, this love that causes us to love our fellow man, even as we love ourselves. And I thank you to manifest it more among us, to bring it into other expressions, to love each other as you have loved us. For you love us so, Father. We just have to watch you and see how you love us, how you spend every moment of your precious time to save our lives. You do nothing for yourself, Father. You don't even personally like to think about yourself. And it is such a wonderful sample and example for us. I know that everything you do is a sample and example for us. Your meek and lowly and humble way. Your selflessness in everything you do. Father, I love you for all that you are, for what you are doing for the whole world. Father, I thank you to keep me always in your mind and spirit, to give me always a heart filled with thanksgiving and praise to your holy, immaculate, beautiful name. I thank you, Father. I thank you.